Welcome to a new episode on Stoic in Your Life. Today we're diving into a crucial aspect of life that resonates deeply with men between the ages of 30 and 55, the essence of trust and respect in our relationships. In the intricate dance of human interactions, trust forms the bedrock of every meaningful connection, be it with friends, lovers, or family. But let's face it, in today's fast-paced world where authenticity often takes a back seat, how do we sieve out those who might not deserve our trust or respect? In this episode, I'll unveil 15 types of individuals who could potentially disrupt the harmony of your life. These are not just random characters. They are archetypes you might encounter in your daily life. From the smooth talker at work to the fairweather friend, understanding these personalities is key to safeguarding your inner peace. But remember, in the realm of Stoicism, we don't advocate for disdain or hostility. Instead, it's about cultivating discernment, knowing when to maintain a healthy distance from those whose actions and words don't align with integrity and virtue. This isn't about conflict or rudeness. It's about nurturing your well-being and preserving the tranquility of your life. So buckle up as we embark on this enlightening journey, dissecting these behaviors and learning how to navigate them with the wisdom of Stoicism. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this topic right here on Stoic in Your Life. The first type, people who incline towards criticizing. In our journey through life, we often cross paths with various types of individuals, and among them are those who seem to possess a keen eye for the flaws in others. They are like radar detectors, constantly scanning for faults and quick to highlight the imperfections they find in those around them. This behavior, however, speaks volumes about the critic rather than the criticized. It's a revealing sign when someone chooses to dwell on the negative aspects of others. This tendency often unmasks their own insecurities and personal limitations. Interestingly, these individuals rarely turn their critical eye inward. Instead of investing time in self-improvement or engaging in constructive activities, they lose themselves in the murky waters of gossip and unkind remarks. A word of caution: if you find someone speaking ill of others to you, it's likely they do the same about you in your absence. This pattern of behavior usually indicates a lack of significant responsibilities or meaningful personal projects in their lives. Their penchant for negativity often betrays a deeper issue, a life devoid of purpose or fulfillment. Rather than building something positive for themselves, they fixate on the negatives in the lives of others. This brings us to an important point. Be discerning about who you confide in. Those who revel in criticism and gossip are not trustworthy guardians of your secrets and dreams. Your confidences might become fodder for their next round of gossip. So, it's wise to keep a healthy distance from such individuals. When you encounter people who take pleasure in maligning others, remember that their actions are likely a reflection of their own dissatisfaction and limitations. As Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In the spirit of this wisdom, surround yourself with people who embody respect, positivity, and mutual support. Life is infinitely richer and more fulfilling when we are in the company of those who uplift us rather than those who seek to bring us down. The second type, person seems to be friends with everyone. In the realm of social interactions, particularly among men aged 30 to 65, there exists a certain archetype that warrants a closer examination and a cautious approach. Picture the individual who seems to effortlessly blend into any social gathering, their presence marked by a perpetual smile and an aura of positivity. They're the ones always ready to lend a hand, radiating charm and seemingly friends with everyone. At first glance, they embody the ideal of popularity and outgoingness, often hailed as the life of the party. However, it's prudent to tread carefully around such individuals. The reason for this caution lies in their potential motivation. Many who strive to be universally liked or to please everyone might actually be more invested in their own image and social standing than in forging sincere connections. For them, each new acquaintance could merely be a notch in their belt, a step in a never-ending quest for attention and approval. This pursuit often leads them to favor quantity over quality in their relationships, creating a facade where the number of friends overshadows the depth of those friendships. In this world of superficial connections, relationships are as transient as they are plentiful. Today's confidant could easily become tomorrow's stranger, replaced without a moment's hesitation. This is not to say that all outgoing and popular individuals fall into this category, but in a society where appearances often hold sway, it's wise to guard your heart and your trust. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "True friendship is never serene." This reminds us that genuine relationships require depth, effort, and sometimes even challenge, rather than just surface-level interactions. Therefore, when engaging with such charismatic individuals, maintain a level of discernment. Cherish those who demonstrate a sincere interest in you as a person, not just as another addition to their social repertoire. In the modern world, where digital connections often replace genuine interaction, this advice becomes even more pertinent. Seek out and value friendships based on their quality, not their quantity. In the end, the true measure of friendship lies not in how many friends you have, but in the depth and sincerity of those relationships. The third type, the manipulator. In this segment, we delve into a critical aspect of maintaining healthy relationships and safeguarding our emotional well-being, identifying and dealing with manipulators. These individuals, often skilled in the art of deception, prioritize their interests using tactics like falsehoods, psychological ploys, and emotional exploitation. Their actions are so subtle that their true intentions might not be immediately apparent. This insidious form of manipulation can permeate various facets of our lives, from personal connections to professional settings. The danger in trusting manipulators lies in the potential for betrayal, emotional wounds, and shattered trust. To protect ourselves, it's crucial to recognize manipulation signs, a lack of openness, erratic behavior, and that unsettling sensation of being under someone's control. Establishing firm boundaries is key to self-defense. This involves assertive communication and voicing discomfort when faced with manipulative tactics. In some scenarios, distancing oneself might be the most effective approach, particularly when manipulation is relentless. Honoring your integrity means acknowledging when a relationship does more harm than good. At times, this requires the bravery to sever ties with manipulative individuals and seek support elsewhere. Shunning trust and respect for manipulators isn't merely self-preservation, it's a vital step towards fostering healthier, more sincere connections. By staying alert to manipulation signs, setting strong boundaries, and prioritizing your emotional health, you create a space for more truthful and meaningful relationships. Remember the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus: "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In the context of manipulators, this reminds us to be observant and discerning, listening carefully to what's unsaid and observing actions more than words. Your mental and emotional health is invaluable, and you deserve to be in the company of those who respect and cherish it. The fourth type, one who shows a striking lack of empathy. Next, we're delving into a critical topic: the importance of recognizing and distancing ourselves from those who exhibit a profound lack of empathy. These are individuals who, without a second thought, might deceive or harm others to achieve their own ends. Empathy, that remarkable ability to step into someone else's shoes and feel their emotions, is conspicuously absent in such people, making them far less trustworthy. An empathetic person naturally hesitates before causing pain, as they can almost feel the anguish their actions might inflict. Empathy serves as a protective barrier, preventing harmful behaviors. In stark contrast, those who find it easy to hurt others clearly lack this crucial trait. Their tendency to harm is often coupled with an avoidance of responsibility for their actions. These untrustworthy individuals prioritize their own interests, oblivious to the repercussions of their actions on others. Healthy relationships are founded on mutual understanding and respect, elements that are missing in someone devoid of empathy. Recognizing this trait in someone is vital for your own emotional well-being, helping you avoid disappointment and unnecessary pain. It's essential to surround yourself with people who appreciate and value the feelings of others, fostering a supportive and trusting environment. Let me share a story. There was once a leader who, despite his success, was notorious for his lack of empathy. He achieved his goals, but at the expense of his team's well-being. Eventually, this led to a profound lack of trust and respect from his team, culminating in a collective decision to no longer support his leadership. This story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of empathy in building and maintaining trust and respect. In conclusion, my dear listeners, always be mindful of the presence or absence of empathy in those around you. It's a key indicator of trustworthiness and respect. By choosing to associate with empathetic individuals, you not only protect yourself from potential harm but also contribute to a more understanding and compassionate world. Remember, the company you keep can significantly influence your life's journey, so choose wisely. The fifth type, those who feign attention or pretend to listen. In our exploration of the types of individuals to be wary of, we encounter a particularly disheartening kind, those who feign attention or pretend to listen. Picture this. You're sharing your thoughts with someone, and they respond with a non-committal, "I understand," or "That's true." Yet, their eyes are vacant, their mind elsewhere, possibly lost in the digital world of their phone. This isn't just frustrating, it's a subtle form of disrespect. Engaging in a conversation is a mutual commitment to exchange ideas and feelings. When this commitment is one-sided, the conversation loses its essence, becoming a hollow echo of what it could have been. In these moments, it's crucial to recognize that your words and thoughts are valuable, and not to be squandered on those who do not appreciate them. If you find yourself repeatedly in conversation with someone who is more engaged with their phone than with your words, it's not just acceptable but advisable to gracefully exit the dialogue. Conversation is a two-way street, and persisting in a one-sided exchange is like speaking to a wall. There's no obligation to pour your energy into a void of inattention. Choosing to disengage from such interactions is a mark of self-respect. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Respect in conversation is a two-way street, involving active listening and engagement. If the person you're speaking with chooses their phone over your words, they're not offering you the respect you deserve. In the modern world where digital distractions are omnipresent, it's even more important to cherish and respect real human connections. When faced with such situations, remember that your time is precious. You have the right and perhaps even the responsibility to choose where and with whom to spend it. The sixth type, the one who seems to be perpetually immersed in problems and conflicts. In today's segment, we're focusing on a particularly intriguing type of individual, the one who's always embroiled in problems and conflicts. Picture this. Someone who sees life as a relentless battle, each day ushering in a fresh set of challenges. You've probably met someone like this, perpetually dissatisfied, constantly grumbling, yet never taking steps to alter their circumstances. It may seem like they're just unlucky, but don't be fooled. More often than not, their ongoing troubles stem from their own decisions and actions. These individuals often make poor choices, fail to learn from past errors, and struggle with taking responsibility, trapping themselves in a cycle of adversity. Engaging with them can be taxing. If you're not vigilant, you might find yourself swept up in their storm of issues. Their emotional instability often adds fuel to the fire. If you're inclined to lend a hand, tread carefully. It's all too easy to be drawn into their narrative of endless problems, which can quickly become an added weight in your life. We all have our battles. There's no need to shoulder someone else's. It's prudent to keep a safe distance or at least approach with a healthy dose of skepticism when dealing with such trouble magnets. Recognizing that many of these problems are self-inflicted is key. You must ensure that their issues don't become your own. Exercising caution is not just wise, it's essential for protecting your emotional health and avoiding unnecessary drama in your life. In summary, while it's noble to help others, it's also important to safeguard your well-being. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. By maintaining a balance, you can offer support without compromising your own peace. This approach not only helps you but also encourages the other person to take responsibility for their actions, fostering a healthier dynamic for everyone involved. The seventh type, the one who's convinced they're perpetually right. In this segment, we're delving into a rather intriguing type of individual. Picture this: someone whose mere presence seems to irk others. You're likely familiar with this person, the one who's convinced they're perpetually right, who can't resist asserting their correctness. Chances are, you've crossed paths with such a character. It's human to feel a touch of impatience now and then, especially amidst life's storms. But what if this sense of irritation lingers, persisting even in life's quieter moments, triggered just by being around this person? This is a red flag. These individuals possess a nearly invisible talent for provoking, sowing seeds of confusion and doubt without our immediate awareness. This is not just a simple annoyance. It's a nuanced, emotional, and psychological chess game played subtly, leaving hardly any trace. Intriguingly, some engage in this behavior purely for the thrill of provocation, lacking any discernible motive. Recognizing these tactics, the clever wordplay, the nuanced gestures that often slip by unnoticed, is vital. When you find yourself consistently irritated by someone, it's a sign they're nudging you in a barely perceptible manner. The key takeaway here is the significance of being alert to these complex interactions. Understanding how to spot and navigate these scenarios with awareness is essential. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In the spirit of this wisdom, I urge you to listen and observe these subtle dynamics. In the next part of our discussion, I'll delve deeper into strategies for handling these situations. Stay tuned for more insights. The eighth type, toxic individuals. The eighth archetype to be wary of in your journey through life is the toxic individual, akin to a dark cloud overshadowing a bright day. These are the people who seem to possess an uncanny ability to drain your energy and cast a shadow of negativity over everything they touch. It's imperative for your emotional well-being and the health of your relationships to maintain a safe distance from such individuals. Toxic people are characterized by their tendency to spread destructive criticism, manipulate emotions, and exhibit disrespectful behavior. Their presence often creates an oppressive atmosphere, diminishing your joy and impeding your productivity. The most alarming aspect of their negativity is its viral nature. It spreads rapidly, infecting those in its vicinity. The wisdom of the Stoics offers guidance in dealing with such individuals. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." This encapsulates the essence of handling toxic people, by not mirroring their behavior and maintaining your integrity. Recognizing the signs of toxicity is crucial. These individuals often prey on your insecurities and doubts, eroding your self-esteem. To respect yourself in the face of such adversity, it's essential to establish clear boundaries, communicate assertively, and express your discomfort when confronted with harmful behavior. If, despite your efforts, the negativity persists, distancing yourself is a necessary step to safeguard your mental health. Navigating the presence of toxic individuals is akin to mastering the art of emotional self-defense. Identifying destructive patterns, setting firm boundaries, and focusing on cultivating positive relationships are key steps in creating a healthier, more fulfilling environment for yourself. In today's fast-paced world where interactions are complex and multifaceted, such wisdom is not just beneficial, but essential. It empowers you to build a life surrounded by positivity and growth, steering clear of those who would bring you down. The ninth type, the infamous fair-weather friend. Next, we're diving into a crucial topic, identifying and distancing ourselves from the ninth type of person to be wary of, the fair-weather friend. Picture this: someone who appears genuinely nice to your face, yet indulges in spreading rumors and gossip about you behind your back. It's a harsh reality, but such individuals do exist, and it's vital to stay alert. Imagine you start hearing whispers about yourself, only to realize that these so-called friends are the source. It's a jarring experience. These people possess a remarkable talent for swiftly altering their demeanor. One moment, they're all smiles and engaging conversations with you. The next, they're the ones fueling gossip behind your back. When you spot this kind of behavior, the wisest course of action is to create distance immediately. Remember, true friendships are built on the foundations of sincerity and integrity. Maintaining close ties with those who don masks and exhibit two-faced behavior can be incredibly damaging. Prioritizing your peace and well-being is not just important, it's essential. Recognizing and acting upon this duplicity by distancing yourself is not just a good decision, it's the right one. Steering clear of such individuals can save you from numerous troubles and unnecessary stress in the future. To bring this closer to home, let's consider the story of Cato the Younger, a Stoic philosopher. He was known for his unwavering integrity and would never compromise his principles for the sake of convenience or popularity. His life teaches us the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who are genuine and trustworthy, rather than those who are only present in good times. In conclusion, the lesson here is clear. Be vigilant and discerning about the company you keep. Embrace relationships that are rooted in honesty and authenticity. By doing so, you not only safeguard your well-being, but also cultivate a life surrounded by genuine connections. Remember, it's the quality of friendships, not the quantity, that truly enriches our lives. The 10th type. Behaves rudely but then changes due to an unhappy mood. Someone who often behaves rudely, their actions and words laced with a lack of consideration. Yet when their mood shifts to one of unhappiness, they suddenly transform, adopting a demeanor that's almost unrecognizable from their usual self. This duality in behavior is not just perplexing but also a red flag in the realm of trust and respect. Imagine you're interacting with someone who is typically abrasive, their words often sharp and their attitude dismissive. But on a day when they're feeling down, they become surprisingly amiable, their tone softens, and they seem like a completely different person. This drastic change, while it may seem like a positive shift, actually reveals a lack of consistency and authenticity in their character. It's essential to question, which version of this person is real? And can you trust someone whose behavior is so heavily influenced by their mood swings? This brings to mind a powerful quote from the Stoic philosopher Seneca, who said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." This quote resonates deeply as it highlights the importance of consistency in one's character, regardless of external circumstances or internal mood changes. In our journey through Stoicism, we learn the value of steadiness and reliability, in both ourselves and in those we choose to trust and respect. A person whose behavior is like a leaf in the wind, constantly changing direction based on their mood, lacks the stability and reliability that are cornerstone virtues in Stoic philosophy. As we navigate through life, it's crucial to surround ourselves with individuals who exhibit a consistent and dependable character, for these are the people who will stand by us steadfastly, in both good times and bad. Remember, in the world of Stoicism and indeed in life, consistency is key. Trust and respect are earned through a steady demonstration of character, not through fluctuating behaviors influenced by the ebb and flow of emotions. Keep this in mind as you interact with those around you, and let it guide you in forming meaningful and trustworthy relationships. The 11th type. Those who disturb during extremely busy times. In the intricate dance of human interactions, there exists a peculiar type of individual, one who seems to have a knack for choosing the most inopportune moments to seek attention, the times when you are extremely busy. This behavior, while seemingly innocuous, can reveal deeper layers of their personality and motivations. These individuals often harbor a deep-seated need for attention or validation. It's as if they are constantly trying to assert their presence like a persistent echo in a quiet room, especially when they know you are preoccupied with other matters. This tendency might stem from a lack of self awareness, or a disregard for the boundaries and schedules of others. It's akin to someone trying to enter a room that's clearly marked, "Do not disturb," not out of malice, but out of a misguided need to be acknowledged. Moreover, their struggle with interpreting social cues is evident. They seem unable to recognize or respect when it's inappropriate to engage, like a musician playing out of tune in an orchestra, unaware of the discord they're creating. This could also be rooted in a sense of entitlement where they place their desires above your responsibilities or personal time, reminiscent of a child demanding attention regardless of the situation. In some instances, this behavior could be a manifestation of deeper insecurities or a desire for control. Interrupting someone when they are busy can be a subtle way of asserting dominance or importance in that relationship. It's a power play, akin to changing the course of a river, subtle yet impactful. However, it's crucial to recognize that such behaviors can vary significantly among individuals, and understanding their underlying motivations requires a nuanced and empathetic approach. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This quote resonates deeply in this context, underscoring the importance of listening and understanding the motivations of others before reacting. In our modern, fast-paced world, where time is often a scarce commodity, dealing with such individuals requires patience and wisdom. It's essential to set clear boundaries and communicate them effectively yet with empathy. By doing so, you not only protect your time and peace but also provide them with a mirror to reflect on their actions, and perhaps embark on a journey of self-improvement. Remember, in the grand tapestry of life, every thread has its place, and understanding each other is key to creating a harmonious picture. Type 12. They continuously repeat the same mistakes. Next, and we're diving into the intriguing world of Type 12 individuals, those who seem to be caught in a loop of their own making, continuously repeating the same mistakes. Picture this. When someone walking down the same rocky path, stumbling over the same stones again and again. It's a pattern we've all seen, maybe even experienced. These are the folks who, despite their past experiences, fall into the same pitfalls, often due to a reluctance to deeply reflect on their actions, a resistance to change, or a lack of awareness of the consequences of their decisions. The hallmark of a Type 12 is their apparent inability to learn from past errors. It's like watching a movie on repeat, where the protagonist keeps making the same choices, leading to the same troubles. This cycle might stem from a comfort in familiarity, even if it's harmful, or a stubbornness to stick to their ways without considering other paths. It's a journey where the destination seems all too familiar because it's been reached before, through the same road filled with similar obstacles. A key factor here is a potential lack of introspection. Without analyzing their actions and understanding their motivations, Type 12s are like sailors navigating without a compass. They don't recognize the patterns in their behavior that lead to these repeated mistakes. Often they might blame external factors, not seeing how their own decisions are the architects of their misfortunes. Moreover, adapting to new information or feedback can be a struggle for them. Imagine someone who, despite being offered a map to a treasure, insists on following a torn, outdated map, leading them in circles. Their resistance to advice or constructive criticism, preferring their own, albeit faulty, judgment, further cements them in this cycle of repetition. As we reflect on this, let's consider the importance of learning from our past, of being open to introspection and external guidance. It's about breaking free from the familiar yet harmful patterns and embracing change. Remember, the path to improvement is paved with the bricks of past mistakes, but only if we're willing to acknowledge and learn from them. So, let's take this as a lesson and a piece of advice. Be aware of your actions, be open to learning, and don't be afraid to change your course. It's in these moments of self-awareness and adaptability that we find our true growth and avoid becoming a Type 12 in our own stories. Type 13. Never short of reasons to justify themselves. In our journey through life, we often encounter individuals who are never short of reasons to justify themselves. These individuals, whom I'll refer to as Type 13, possess a remarkable talent for crafting explanations and justifications no matter how complex the situation or their role in it. This trait, while it can be seen as a strength, often doubles as a weakness. Imagine someone who always has a reason for everything they do. They're skilled at spinning tales that paint their decisions in the best possible light, often pointing to external factors or unavoidable circumstances as the driving forces behind their actions. This skill in explaining themselves can sometimes verge on defensiveness, particularly when they sense their actions are under scrutiny or criticism. In conversations, these individuals shine with their articulation and persuasiveness. They have this uncanny ability to present their side of the story in a manner that appears logical and well-reasoned. This makes them particularly effective in debates or discussions, as they're seldom at a loss for words to back up their viewpoint. However, this constant need to justify can be a significant drawback. It may prevent them from fully acknowledging their mistakes or learning from their experiences. Often, they externalize blame or rationalize their errors, leading to a stagnation in personal growth and self-awareness. They may not fully engage with the consequences of their actions, missing out on valuable lessons. To recognize a type 13, look for a consistent pattern of justification and rationalization, particularly in situations where accountability or introspection would be more beneficial. While their ability to articulate their reasoning is indeed impressive, it's crucial to discern when it's a genuine explanation or merely a shield against criticism and self-reflection. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In the case of type 13, their eloquence should not distract us from the importance of introspection and personal accountability. Their stories and justifications, while compelling, should be weighed against the virtue of owning one's actions and learning from them. This is a lesson not just for them but for all of us, as we navigate the complexities of human interactions and personal growth. The 4th type, a person who frequently says sorry but remains stagnant in their behavior. This character is intriguing yet complex, often caught in a loop of apologies that lack the backbone of action. They are swift to express remorse when their faults are spotlighted, skillfully using apologies as a shield against immediate backlash, their words often steeped in apparent sincerity. Yet the hallmark of these individuals is their chronic inability to translate their apologies into tangible change. Despite their verbal admissions of fault, their actions remain unaltered, leading to a frustrating cycle of errors and empty apologies. Over time, their apologies lose their weight, as trust and patience wear thin due to their consistent failure to evolve. This behavior may be rooted in various deeper issues, such as a lack of self-awareness or entrenched habits hard to break. It's crucial to balance understanding with firmness when dealing with such individuals, encouraging them not only to recognize their mistakes, but also to actively work towards personal growth. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This quote resonates deeply with the situation at hand. It's not just the act of apologizing that's important, but the actions that follow. In our modern lives, where accountability and personal growth are highly valued, it's essential to not just acknowledge our faults but to actively work on them. The advice here is to be wary of those who are quick to apologize but slow to change, and to strive for genuine transformation in our own lives, aligning our actions with our words. The 15 type, the one who steals your happiness. Picture this. You've achieved something significant, a milestone that fills you with pride and joy. Naturally, you turn to those closest to you, expecting their support and shared excitement. But instead, you're met with indifference or worse, subtle attempts to belittle your accomplishment. These individuals, rather than being your cheerleaders, become architects of doubt, crafting ways to make you feel insecure and unconfident about your achievements. This experience, unfortunately, is not uncommon. It's a painful realization, especially when it comes from those we hold dear. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." So how do we deal with such individuals? We must remember that our happiness and self-worth are not contingent on their approval. Our journey, Our achievements are ours alone, and the validation we seek must first come from within. Let me share a story. Imagine a young artist, passionate and dedicated, who creates a masterpiece. He shows it to his mentor, expecting words of encouragement. Instead, the mentor criticizes it harshly, not out of genuine concern for the artist's growth, but out of jealousy for the young artist's talent. The young artist, initially disheartened, soon realizes that his worth as an artist is not defined by his mentor's opinion, but by his own belief in his art. In conclusion, my dear listeners, remember that those who try to steal your happiness are often battling their own insecurities. Do not let their shadows dim your light. Instead, use their doubt as a stepping stone to reinforce your self-belief. As Stoics, we understand that external validation is fleeting. True contentment comes from within, from knowing that you are living a life true to your values and purpose. So keep shining, keep striving, and let no one dull your sparkle. As we conclude today's exploration on do not trust or respect those who do these 15 things, let's remember that the wisdom of Stoicism isn't just for understanding, but for living. Each day offers us a new canvas to paint our experiences with the vibrant colors of Stoic principles. I encourage you to reflect on these teachings and ask yourself, how can I apply these insights to better navigate my relationships and interactions? Your journey towards personal growth and happiness is greatly enriched when you actively incorporate Stoic wisdom into your daily life. I'd love to hear how you're applying these Stoic principles in your own life. Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Let's foster a community where we grow together, learning from each other's journeys. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to Stoic in Your Life for more content that bridges ancient philosophy with modern living. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue this meaningful journey together. Remember, every step you take in understanding and applying Stoicism brings you closer to a life of tranquility and resilience. Thank you for joining us today, and don't forget to check out the special video we've prepared for you next.